Hello everybody, we are here. It is the TQ Invitational amazing series. I do not know how else to put it, as we're going to be having Rose as a Terran in the top right, going up against ROOTDdoRo, the Protoss in the bottom left. These guys keep switching their names, so I have to keep changing my overlay to represent the food counts that are popping below them, but that is perfectly okay as their skills are just so amazing. It's just great to watch. So there we have the food count now being appropriate for these guys, as my external overlay does work perfectly with the Blizzard overlay. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I do believe this is the quarterfinals, and we just saw ROOTDdoRo do one of the most amazing holds of a one base all-in Terran that I have ever seen. One base all-in Terrans are just so powerful, and ROOTDdoRo just beautifully handled it, losing so much and then just moving out. Great positioning on warpins of as well as on the opposite sides. And if you guys missed game number 2 between these guys, go check it out. VODs will be on youtube.com/zanderfeverSC. ZanderfeverSC, the stream you're watching right now with the Zander Fever in it, just add SC on it, put it in YouTube. These games will be there. So Roses is definitely an unconventional player. He definitely feels weaker than ROOTDdoRo, as he has said blatantly that he just is all inning ROOTDdoRo because he feels as if that's the only way he can win. And he had an incredible first game too. I mean, it was a 4-port Banshee. You don't see that. He went through 2-3 base 4-port Banshee against ROOTDdoRo, and it was the most insane thing you've ever seen. Roses is now going to chose this map as ROOTDdoRo held off that last game. This was a loser's pick map, so Roses chose GSL Crossfire SC, which is definitely a very, very good choice. Very good map. Remake of the StarCraft Brood War map, Peaks of Baekdu, which is definitely a good 2-player map. You'll notice that it's very StarCraft 1-esque in the fact that it has all of these chokes. We just look around here outside the natural expansion. We have choke inside the main base with the destructible rocks back there. 2 watchtowers watch all of the pathways that go on ground to each of the bases. We even have this, wait, no, that's not it. We do have this gold base over here that has been added that can sort of be an awkward 3rd or 4th base. If you want to go for it, though, it's not very easy to defend. It's out in the open, and you can easily be hit through this ramp, just tacking in. But this is going to be a very, very dynamic game with this map. Generally, people do go for their natural expansion, and then they get their 3rd all the way here in the other corner. So this is definitely a map that can definitely be great for both races, as the Terrans can take advantage of it with siege tanks, capturing a lot of units in these chokes with splash damage from the siege tanks, positioning on these cliffs over here, rendering zealots useless. However, Protoss can also use it incredibly effectively by getting out a lot of sentries, getting force fields out, colossi out, and then doing that to really help them. And though I haven't seen it, I really want to go ahead and say that carriers are strong on this map with all those cliffs that make ground units a little hard to use against carriers. So we do end up seeing carriers that will be absolutely amazing. So now we're going to go ahead and continue watching these guys, see what they progress to. Will Roses do that same tank thing? He is getting a factory with siege mode out, and this map will be very interesting to see if ROOTDdoRo is going to go ahead and try and do the same thing, because this has the added option of this backdoor ramp. These destructible rocks, if ROOTDdoRo does get contained, then these rocks back here will actually allow him to go ahead and get a hidden expo, say, back here. Or if he wants to be really risky, he can even go ahead and go for the gold base over here or here. It's all a matter of what he feels comfortable doing. If he can get away with that hidden gold base, then any type of contain that Roses has will be completely useless. Just completely useless. There's no other way to put it. So we're going to see what Roses is going to go ahead and decide to do. And we are actually watching ROOTDdoRo go straight for Colossi. Just from the last games, I guess he feels that he wants the DPS of Splash against the Marines and all that of Colossi against whatever Roses is doing. It seems like that's going to be his answer. And it could actually be very effective against a very high Marine count that Roses is going for. Marine tank does take a lot of damage from Colossi, especially with good micro on the Protoss' part. So now here we are going to head and watch. We see that Roses is, again, slightly behind of ROOTDdoRo in terms of the food count. ROOTDdoRo just proves to have very, very solid macro. Just proven over and over and over again. He could actually get back into even if he wants to produce a Marine right now, but doesn't seem like that's going to be happening anytime soon. But it looks like DRO is going to be able to just start popping out Colossi and extended thermal lance. This does finish. He does have the Colossi on the way. He does have enough gas to get the extended thermal lance if he so desires. Looks like we're not having any expo for him quite yet. Just going one base Colossi. Definitely expecting Roses to do something all-in-ish. We do see Siege Mode is just now researching for Roses. He's not pushing out yet, not trying to set up the contain early, but we do have a pro from DDRO at each of the watchtowers. He really wants to know exactly what's going on. He knows that Roses is going to be doing something fishy, to say the least, as that does seem to be the modus operandi of Roses, or MO of Roses, and command center being thrown out by Roses, so we are seeing Roses take a complete advantage of what he thinks DDRO is going to be thinking, as Roses is going to go ahead and get up an expansion. Will we see ROOTDdoRo do the exact same thing as Root Gaming is being repped to the fullest right now? Is all of a sudden DDRO from being even at 38-38 is now at 57-45, just proving its macro is phenomenal. A little bit supply blocked, but he's got another Colossus on the way. He might be going for a one-base time attack of his own against Rose's forces. Engineering Bay is out, but I guess Roses just did not want to lose to any possible DT rushes. He's not using the Engineering Bay for any form of upgrades. It's just strict orbital command being produced and just trying to get up his expo. The Infernal Preigniter is actually being researched, interestingly enough, and then we have Siege Mode showing to be completed, as he's going to go ahead and siege up over here and start working on getting up his expansion. I do not believe that this watchtower can his watchtower see that? No, his watchtower only goes up there to that ramp. So Rose's his expansion is basically safe for now, but this observer is going to run around and go ahead and see Rose's expansion. Whether that's grammatically correct or not, I do not know, but these guys are playing beautifully. Roses is right now got DDRO to a 1-1 game. DDRO still no expo. Looks like he just go ahead and do a push with his Colossi. Gateway Force is moving out. He does have a pylon over here, can warp in units down here and go ahead and surround. This is a very good use of the map terrain. This is very hard to attack straight in, as the siege tanks will just decimate anything moving down here. And if he just warps in a few zealots down there, there's actually warping stalkers over there. Warping a few zealots, there's a complete counterattack on this side, or pincer attack on that side, as well as moving in here. But this Hellion could do a little bit of damage. He is researching Infernal Preigniter, and it is about to finish. So this could be up to Roses to do a ton of damage. So here we go. Colossi are on the field, and it looks like DDRO can go ahead and just attack straight into the side over here. He does know the exact angle of attack that would be most beneficial, and there it is. We have this, the Colossi is going to go ahead and just take out this bunker as it builds, and does get canceled by Roses, loses the SCV. Not a huge deal, but Viking is on the field. Where are the Stalkers? There it is. Stalkers going to take a few hits over there. You got to watch out for the siege tank splash. Okay, but the Stalkers are in front, but here we go. DDRO's going to go ahead and just start sieging the units over there. Infernal Preigniter on the Hellions going to be great against the Zealots, but Zealots getting a little overzealous. And there we have, the Colossus taking a few hits. Look at that. The shields are completely down on that Colossus, but moving in. Repair job on this bunker going to allow it to survive. So you have another one about to go down, but SCV is getting taken out, but still this Colossus is not being able to regenerate its shields. It's taking down hits, and DDRO still no expansion because it's completely on one base, not producing anything more. He's not even producing out of this Robo. It's just strict micro of this attack. But look at this, Roses repositioning his variable, and here we have this big push. 3 Colossi are out for DDRO. They're going to go ahead and start trying to take out all these units. Oh, look at one-shotting all those SCVs. Beautiful move, but look at this. The Colossi are getting taken out by the Vikings and everything. DDRO is warping in more units, but these siege tanks are still out. This Colossi goes down, and GG from DDRO. GG from DDRO. Roses defeats DDRO. Roses is going to move on. Oh my god, DDRO complete upset, but him going all in against Roses playing standard ends up biting him in the butt.